The subject today is raising bees to prevent extinction. And these are some beehives that are living very healthy on their own, organically, without the intervention of pesticide or medication. They can survive on their own for a long period of time without man intervention by innovations that had been done in the interior. And also it's a big thing, I believe, because keeping bees healthy is a problem lately for commercial beekeepers in this country of the United States, where they use a lot for pollinating. I know other areas of the world they use bees for honey purpose. But whatever the reason is, keeping bees healthy, and especially without any medication, some people think it's impossible, but I'm telling you, through innovations, which is how I call my business, beekeeping innovations. Internally, you can do enough to have bees survive on their own. So we're gonna have a little internal look at how a beehive looks inside, living on its own for maybe 6 to 7 months at a time on their own, and maybe checking them out on the time that you collect honey. So actually there is no traditional maintenance in these beehives, and we have different size of beehives. We have pretty small ones here. This one right here is a second one. We have a third. We have various beehives in this area here, and we can check these 3 right here, and we have another one right here. But I like to show you this one right here today also, which is a pretty standard size. What most commercial beekeepers consider the size of a standard. So this is a standard beehive that I can be showing you today, and this one is like a 5-foot long beehive. What we're looking right now, the entrance are right there on the bottom, and it's about 5 feet long. And I can show you also part of this beehive that recently has been draw honey. We can start with the little ones right here, and you can view for yourself. Remember, the area where I live is not the best area for collecting honey. There's not a lot of vegetation in this area. So basically, bees are just surviving, and at the same time, I'm still collecting honey, even though, because they're so healthy, considering the environment where I keep these bees. I imagine living in an area where it's more foliage, these bees will be greatly more profitable that they are what they're doing now. And let me open some of these hives. Someone's gonna hold the This is a small frame from this very small hive right here. It has honey, all this part right here at the top. The bottom is all babies, bees, live bees. This is very profitable beehive, considering the size. This hive is very populated and is very productive with both honey and also bees themselves, larvae. So we got to put this one back. We can see both sides of the frame. Get as close as you can. We're going to check the other one right now. the smaller beehive. But we have a little bit of honey over top. The bottom, all the bottom right here is bees, it's larvae and babies. We have both sides right here. Very profitable small beehive also. Considering no medication, raising organically, I believe it's a big deal not using medication, because there's a lot of you save through on the process. You save buying the medication and applying the medication, so it's a lot of labor that is saving the myth. If you're going to keep your bees healthy anyway. I know some people, they don't seem to have a choice. They use medication because that's the only way they know, and I don't blame them, because bees sometimes can mean their livelihood. So we're gonna check this third beehive. It's also, I call this one mini hives, mini beehives. I was keeping these mini beehives for the purpose of raising queens, but at the same time there are just a copy of bigger size that will basically be the same situation on a bigger hive. Very profitable. We have pretty much the same, quite a bit of honey in the top, a lot of babies in the bottom. All the babies you can see, and the bees themselves covering and protecting. I get desperate sometimes, because I like to have the opportunity to raise bees big scale where they are being needed in the world, and so it's my call is very urgent to those, even to those countries that are urgent for bees right now, like China, Japan, United States, and Canada. And why no South America for honey purpose. But countries like China and Japan, I know they're urgent for pollinating as well as this country. And maybe this is a way to get a message through. The problem, in my opinion, has been solved. The extinction has been solved. Now it's a matter of taking advantage of a person that can bring the problem to end. To contacting me, to my phone number is 209 area code 910 2905, area code 209 910 2905, and we can check this other hive right now as we add it. Now this is in the standard size beehive. The beekeepers, commercial beekeepers, call it standard, with 2 boxes, one on top of the other. And I'm just going to bring one frame out just to show you an organic raised beehive. You can judge for yourself if indeed it's a healthy hive. This is a frame from this beehive. Practically it's all babies. So this is a new hive that is growing right now. Has all babies and is healthy. No varroa is hurting them. No mites is hurting them, because I have given the bees the possibility to clean themselves, and also so they can do the maintenance their own self, and I don't have to intervene in the process. That saves me a lot of time. My maintenance is to look at the exteriorly only, just for not to go deeper into the boxes. We can also see, I guess, one frame as we here too. This beehive right here is 5 feet long. 5 feet long. We have over 50 frames in it, and recently have been collect honey. So I'm going to show you one of the end frames. So it's not going to have maybe a lot of honey because recently has been dry honey. But this is a 50 frame hive. Here, of course, we're not going to have larvae in this one, but look at the honey that they're making right now. And I recently also smoked the size so I can draw the frame. A lot of pollen, a lot of honey, and a lot of things you have to consider in this situation here. The environment I live is not very not enough foliage, so if we use these innovations on an area where there is more forest, more foliage, the results will be unbelievable. So you can judge for yourself. And sooner than you know, I'll have a new video for you to continue seeing my my innovations. I have other apiaries close by that also basically are like standard sizes, and some bigger sizes also where are very profitable, that we have to do it in another day. I have to get to the place, and I'll be very happy to show you the other apiaries also. But keep this in consideration, okay? Thank you. Have a nice maybe I can speak a little bit in Spanish too for all those people that don't speak English. Estoy criando ovejas y creo haber encontrado el método para poder criar abejas sin el mantenimiento tradicional al que estamos acostumbrados, donde las abejas tienen la posibilidad de limpiarse por sí solas y no sin el uso de medicamentos para contrarrestar las plagas y los insectos. Para las personas que crean necesario, me pueden contactar al área 209 910 2905. He hecho muchas prácticas en diferentes tamaños de colmenas chicas, colmenas grandes, y me gustaría en un futuro muy corto poder llevar estos conocimientos donde urjan más y que pueda tener el placer de poderles explicar más de cerca lo que se ha hecho para poder arreglar el problema que existe hoy con las abejas.